Hi guys, it's Leslie with Leslie's Creations, and I am here today to do another tutorial on Couture and show you something that I'm just trying something a little different. I keep saying that. Oh, can't even spell here. I was trying to write a comment. Hey Gail. Anyway, I was trying to write hi and I wrote who, or Hugh. Anyway, okay, so this is our Southwest pattern. I believe it's what it's called, our Southwest motif. Okay, so I'm only going to use a portion of this for this whole transfer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, or for this whole project, I'm going to use this area here from this line down to this line in the middle of my board, and then I'm going to use this line here for the border for the top and the bottom. So I'm only going to use a portion of this when I get it started, but and I may have to do something that I don't normally do, which would be actually sit down and chalk, because, hey Roger, because this is a little tall. It is a box that I guess you can make up your mind what you'd like to use it for if you wanted to get it. It's just a stand though. I don't know if y'all can even see this. I'll turn it upside down completely. It can be used as a lap tray for, like, you know, in bed if you're, and you want to use it for your laptop. It can be used for a child's little tabletop desk. It could be used for, I guess, a footstool. I don't know if it's going to be, if it's tall enough, but it's just actually something I had found that I had in my shop, and I don't really remember what I used it for, but I thought, well, gotta chalk something, so we're gonna use this. And I'm going to go ahead and wax this. I stained it, but I haven't waxed it yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and wax it, and I am using the Special Dark Moon Wax, only because this is a darker wood. It really doesn't change the color of anything, but I'm just going to go ahead and use the dark one. It was on top when I went over to get my wax. So anyway, I'm just going to put a coat of wax on here, and this is going to help from keeping the transfer from sticking too much to the wood, as well as not pulling up any of the stain or the paste once I do the chalking. Goodness, excuse me, sorry. Been out in the shop working this morning, or earlier this morning, and just kind of got hot out there, and so it's kind of got my throat a little off. Okay, so sorry, excuse the noise there. I'm just kind of trying to get this closed back down. Alright, so now we've got the wax on there. I'm going to just kind of buff it off. So once you put it on there, you just want to put some on there and then buff it off. Okay, so got that done. Now, the colors I'm going to use are going to be basically like the Southwest colors. I'm going to use red and orange. So now I'm going to move this over a little so I can get to my fuzzing cloth. And I am going to fuzz the portion of the transfer I'm going to use. And again, like I said, I'm not going to use the whole entire transfer. But only because I think that it'll look good just as a top and a bottom and a border. So, hey Sharon. So pull the backer off there. I had it off to the side when I pulled the backer off. So, okay, I'm going to get this fuzzed up. It may not need to be fuzzed very much, but I am going to fuzz it just a little bit because I don't want it to stick too much to my project. And this being as big as it is, it's sticking to itself when I try to fuzz it. So just very gently pull it apart, and it should come apart just fine. Okay, now I'm going to move my project back into camera view, and I'm going to try to center this up as best I I can because I want this big portion to be in the middle. So I'm not even sure what size this is. Let me see. It is almost 18. Okay, so let's see. I want it to be about middle. Let's see. Now again, I'm just going to do this portion here from this line to this line. That's what I want to do, and then I'm going to do the other for a top and bottom border. So let me see. Probably until it's not straight by any means, but okay, that. Well, goodness, kind of just shifted on me. Okay. Let's see if I'm somewhat. I think I'm going to need to move it since I'm going to. Sorry, guys, I should have had this all planned out and had a mark done of where I wanted it to be, but you know, that's too much like the right thing to do. It's not crafting off the cuff. That's what I like to do. Okay. Just a little bit short. Let's pull it up just a little bit. I think might be pretty close there. That's probably the best I'm gonna get it. I think that's gonna be close enough. So, okay. Again, what I'm gonna do here on this, I've got all kinds of dust under here. What I'm going to do is just grab this one section here, and I'm going to do it in red, in our candy apple red color. Then I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to make a border using another section. So I'm going to mix up my red, start my red real quick. And this is actually called candy apple. If you look on the website, it's not red. It's candy apple. I should refer to it as its proper name. So y'all don't just go looking on the website for something that's not there. And the other color I'm going to be using here in just a second is going to be orange peel. So I'm going to just come right down. And you know what? I'm going to save myself a little bit of trouble before I go on to the next. I know this paste does dry quickly, and I should have done this before I started spreading the paste, but I am going to super quickly because I don't want to get down any further. And there, use our placement tape and just tape that off so I don't go down any further. I pretty much have a barrier up here at the top already where I'm going, so I think I'm okay there. Add some more paste. And all I'm doing is just pulling this paste down, covering this open silk screen area, and just doing this little part here in the middle, not actually getting the whole entire transfer, as you can see. Get rid of some of that paste for a second so there's not so much on my squeegee. But I just want to have like this middle section here, and then I'm going to get this bottom, this part right underneath it. And I'm going to kind of make it to where it is has like a border on the top and bottom. So you'll see what I'm going to do here in just a minute. And the rest of it I'm going to do actually in the orange peel. And I'm using my placement tape because I don't want to get the top portion of that other design. Hopefully not to get it on my project here. So now I'm going to just scrape off all the excess here. Anything that I have. And normally what I would do is after I paste this portion and pull it up, grab a squeegee real quick, wet wipe real quick, sorry. I would normally go wash my transfer. Hey Lori, but since I'm doing this top portion and bottom portion, I'm going to not go wash my transfer. I'm just going to wing it and see if I can make it work without having to wash it. So now I'm going to do a border down here. I'm going to take off this placement tape for a second, and I can reuse it. So I'm going to take off that placement tape. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to try to, actually before I do that, I am going to dry this. Put that there. I'm going to dry this real quick. Now I have this hair dryer on a cool setting because I don't want it to heat up my board too much, so I have it on a cool setting. Okay. So I just use the dryer there because just in case my transfer happens to touch any portion, I just don't want it to pull anything up. So I just went ahead and dried it because I am going to just be laying this down like right over it, and I'm not really going to press down on that portion up there. I am going to be getting this portion here down at the bottom. So I am going to smooth this out here. And I don't know that I'm going to, well, I think I am going to put the placement tape on here just so that I don't get into the red again. Well, that is if I can get it unstuck from itself. Okay. Just put it back where it was. And there we go. Now I'm going to make sure I get this all smoothed out. And like I said, I'm going to use the orange peel on this portion. So let me open up my orange peel and get it stirred up good. Which, not much left in this one, so add some water. And this one is a little bit drier on me. I don't know why. Let me see if I can get it to stir up for me. If not, I have another one I can open. Let's see. Let me open this other one and see how this other one is. And I can just add that one to what's left in that other jar to this one. Okay. Alrighty. This one's gonna mix up a lot better. That one's just been, it's down to the bottom. Sometimes, whoops, that's not good. Sometimes it dries out a little. So, glad y'all didn't see that on camera here because I just let some swoosh right out of my jar. And it got all over my transfer down here. But that's okay. I'll clean that up in a minute. That's not a problem. Okay, so we're going to get this down here. I'm going to come right down here and just get this bottom portion. And then what I'm going to do is going to turn it around, and I'm going to do the same border on the opposite end. So I'll be turning my transfer upside down and using the same border on the opposite end of my board. Now you could easily just lay this transfer down and just in one swoop do the whole entire transfer, and that is perfectly fine. But I just thought I would do it a little bit different than normal. Okay, I'm gonna take that up. Oh, and y'all may not have been able to see that. I apologize. I wish. Okay, here. Pull this down. Y'all probably didn't see all of that. I'm sorry. There's what my border looks like on that side. So now I'm going to try to push this up and see if I can get it in the screen better. Let's see. And I'm going to lay this back down. And I am going to do the same border on this side. Just kind of want to make sure this gets smoothed down. Okay. And I got paste all over my fingers from smoothing that down, but that's okay. All right. Now we're just going to take some of our orange peel again, put this down. Go right down the transfer. Oh, and I can see that I have, see if I can push that down just a little bit. I have an air bubble. Don't want air bubbles, so hopefully I can, sorry I blocked y'all off from seeing that for a second, but I was hoping that I could kind of put a little pressure on it so it wouldn't give me any kind of trouble. That's why you want to make sure your transfers are smoothed down, because if not, you could get an air bubble. If you get an air bubble, it can cause it to bleed a little bit sometimes underneath. Sometimes you get lucky. Hopefully this time I got lucky and it won't bleed. Hey, Kari. All right. So we're going to wipe all that excess off and put it back in our jar. And we're going to lift it up and reveal. I'm going to put my transfer just right over here on my chair that I have. All right. Got a little bit of red right here that we can kind of, since it's still wet, can kind of rub off. And a little bit of orange on the side here where transfer went down a little bit. But there we go. We have our little Southwest motif board, and I do see that I went too high here with some of my orange. I'm going to grab my baby wipe real quick and just wipe that off. Now this can be wiped off because of the fact that I did use that use the wax and waxed it. Normally on wood would actually absorb the whole entire bit of the all the paste, sorry. And but sometimes when you wax it, it won't absorb as much, and so you're able to wipe it off. So, but there we go. We have our little, I don't know what you want to call it. See if I can turn it sideways. I know it's not completely dry. If y'all can see, turn it upside down. It can be a footstool. It's probably a little short for a footstool, but a laptop bed tray, a laptop holder, a tray for a child to do schoolwork on, whatever you would like to use it for. But this Southwest motif is just on our big, is it? It is a D, yes, a D size transfer. So it is one of our larger transfers. So, but there we go. That's what we have for our project today. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and if you did, if you would please share, like, and share my videos, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you know anybody that's interested in chalk, please send them my way. I would love to explain everything to them and the different ways that they can try out Couture. So, all right, guys, y'all have a great weekend, and I shall see y'all on Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.